Now, here's a question. Why don't you offer as an option a $20 question box? So if someone wants to pay $20 to get an answer, doesn't that mean more than the average question that comes in? I have $200 worth of questions. Well, I get this several times. You're an objectivist, so why aren't you charging? And I have to repeat that my goal is not money. By the way, why would you think that if it were money, you could have me for $20 a question? I don't want to boast, but I've been offered a lot more than that. But in any event, you're wrong to think that if you want to pay $20, you will submit better questions than poor people who can't afford $20 or who won't give $20. And that, in my experience, is absolutely not true. I've had many cases of very wealthy people ask much dumber questions than very poor students. So I'm just leaving out, in addition to the basic motivation, what this $20 is going to cost me in terms of the accountancy and who keeps track of the income and what hotel do I put the IRS agent that's auditing me, and what about all the time in my life, which I consider the most precious commodity, devoted to overseeing this business. I don't want to go into business. The whole idea of this, it's in a few minutes here and there without being, committed to trying to become a competitor of Harvard. So the money I would make if I charge your price or even 10 times that price would cause in me so much grief that I would end up paying it to a psychiatrist or a cardiologist. Now we get the other side. One side is opposed because I don't charge. And now listen to this question. If saving the culture is so important, why does the Ayn Rand bookstore not offer its material for free? Denying accessibility to crucial ideas could make the difference between winning and losing. So you see, I'm damned if I don't charge, and I'm damned if I do charge, so you can't win. Now, let's say then all objectivist works are given away free. Well, there's a lot of cost to produce those works. What happens to the people who produce them, who spent the time, to the staff, the paper, the rent, etc., etc.? And fundamentally, beneath that, what happens to the reward for the people that did the time and did the work? Are they supposed to sacrifice so that the culture as a whole is doing better? In other words, the culture as a whole, as presented in this question, is helpless and cannot be saved. The only means it can have to be saved is if the people who know the truth give the answers to the culture. So the idea is the culture should benefit because it doesn't know at the price of those who do know being sacrificed. They are to become serfs, and meanwhile they're to become serfs while preaching egoism. They're to live in starvation conditions to explain to other people what's wrong with that, choosing that as a way of life. Saving the culture is a means, not an end. If you think that the culture's in a bad state and you think that you want to spend some of your time or all of your time on that, that's fine. But if you don't think that, or your time is 100% taken up with your own profession, then that's not an end that concerns you. And if you're prepared to say, I want to spend 100% of the time on my work, if I get blown up when the culture goes, I'll live with that. That is your prerogative. But there is no such thing as an egoistic crusader who says, I want only spiritual rewards. I want only to benefit others and save the world. Completely unjustified. So, objectivists are justified in charging, But sometimes there's a case where they'd rather not. I hope you can tolerate that. It is not a contradiction.